Hey guys, Dwayne Martin. Just wanted to go over a couple things. This is my hunting bow. I have reset my gap to maximum yardage. That way we can work on hunting from a single crawl. I have my point on with this bow is 32 yards. Just determined that by lowering my knocking point. It's down about as low as I would want to take it. It's between 3/8 and a half. What I did, of course I don't want a 32 yard point on to hunt with where I hunt. My average shot is 16 to about 22, 23 yards. So if I had a single 19, 20, 21 yard crawl where I could simply come down the string a fixed amount, knock the arrow here, but draw from here. If this is 20, we know this is 32. If I come down a fixed amount for 20 yards, then all of a sudden I could shoot that one crawl from 16, 17 yards all the way out to 22, 23 yards. Keep from having to hold under the animal, keep from having to guess what your yardage is or your inches below the animal. I rarely shoot anything past 32 yards, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to find out what my 20 yard crawl is. I've took my tab, put white masking tape on it just for purposes today. We'll mark it a couple different crawls and show you how easy it is. First thing I'm going to do is guess. You can see my tab has got this little small mark right here, which is a screw. I'm going to shoot there first, hoping that'll be somewhere about 20 yards. The little screw mark right there. And I'll show you how I do that. I've got 20 yards here at one of these targets in the yard. Okay, I'm going to knock the arrow just like I always do, just like this, except I'm going to put my thumb there, right in line with that mark, then drop the tab to there. That's called string walking. So as you can tell, I've only got about a 1/2 inch gap below this bottom knock, which is very doable. Not going to detune my bow much at all. Let's shoot this at 20 yards and see what happens. Okay, looks like it showed up a touch high. I'll shoot another one just to be sure. If it's high, then I need to come on down the string some. Same as last time. Right there at that little screw on the tab. Okay, you can see the height of those two was identical. So what I want to do now is come down the tab a little more. No idea what that was. Okay. Right there is exactly where I was holding the second screw hole down, right here. That's where my crawl was the first time. What I'm showing you here is if you're gapping at a 20 yard crawl, then your 20 mark is right in the 11. Let's say that's your aiming point. You can look on a bow averaging 9 grains per pound, most average bows, 9 grains a pound will shoot between 174 and about 182, 185 at the most. At this distance, your gap is about an inch a yard within 10 yards. So 15 to 25 is about an inch a yard. It's about 10 inches. So if you're at 20 yards and you're holding a gap at 20 and you think it's 18, there's where 18 is. There's where 23 is. You know, anywhere in the middle, it shows you have about a 3, 4, 5 maybe inch yard fudge factor. So if you misjudge your yardage a couple yards, don't have a rangefinder, you know, you still should be good. Hope this helps. Okay, as you can tell, my 20-yard crawl, I'll show you what I've got on my tab to mark my 20-yard crawl. That's all I did. So I come to here, I come straight down to that line, put my thumb on the string, and then move this down to my thumb mark on the string. Leaves me about a 5/8 of an inch gap from the bottom of the nock down to the tab, and all of a sudden brought my point on from 32 to 20. Okay, I'm gonna range it from the same place I shot the big buck. It's probably 25 yards, I'd imagine. Okay, it's 25 yards. I'm going to shoot the same crawl, my 20-yard crawl, see how flat the bow is. I'll probably end up shooting a little bit low. Worst case scenario is 5 inches. I'm going to aim right in that 11 spot. To be honest with you, I don't think it'll drop that much because the bow shoots a little bit harder than what I'm thinking. Okay, as you can tell, I shot about 2 inches lower than where I was aiming. Still a good heart shot. I mean, it'd be a perfect kill shot. Okay, 15 yards to the black boar. I'm going to shoot it off of a 20-yard crawl, one fixed crawl, and let's see what happens. Okay, as you can see, they're all trying to impact just a touch high, which they should because I'm shooting a 20-yard crawl at 15 yards. So I could easily go on my tab and mark my tab on a 15-yard crawl, which would be, you know, probably somewhere, you know, 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/4 inch below the 20 to get it point on exactly. I was holding in the bottom of that 10 ring, so I'm impacting 2.5, 3 inches high on average. So That'll be my hunting tab, where I've got a 20-yard crawl. I know now I can shoot it from 15 all the way to 25 off of one crawl. Shoot 2 inches low, 2 inches high. I mean, to me, that's about as good as it gets. Okay, hope this helps.